A horn screams across the moor like a wounded animal. Above the broken keep that serves as the cornucopia, storm clouds churn. Heather bends in the wind. Far below, peat bogs glisten like open mouths. Everyone runs. Sheva and Poe move cleanly. Sheva grabs a short rifle and 2 magazines. Poe snatches a hunting knife, rope, and a map. I'm gonna move towards the fire.
Cold.
Cold. I just prefer to be next to it while I read.
Sounds like you're cold.
Okay. Nope. My arm rower.
Yeah. Arm disease.
Pulp Fiction, good. That's my life.
Yeah.
Boba Fett and Grimmer. Take the high side of the keep. Boba grabs a blaster and wrist cable spool. Grimmer grabs a hatchet and a medkit. Samurai and Cowboy split roles. Cowboy scopes out with a revolver. They have limited rounds. Samurai takes a katana and a short spear. They back out together, careful not to get pinned. Interesting. Viking and Druid move low. Viking grabs a bearded axe and buckler. Druid grabs herbs and sling bag, already whispering to the wind.
Did you say a bearded axe?
Yeah, I think it's an axe. It's like a something underneath it. Like it hangs lower than the hilt, or than the where the axe head is.
I know that. It's like a Viking axe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's really small. Pinnacle. Oh, sorry. Bondrew and Robin grab traps, caltrops, wire, 2 smoke bombs, and a compact pistol with a single spare magazine. Yet not Robocop. Boba Fett gets a fucking blaster. Everyone else has like limited ammo.
Yeah.
Pinnacle Creation and the robot take blunt weapons and armor plates. Methodical and quiet, the robot's footsteps ring like a bell. The Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan secure an axe and a heavy wood-cutting maul. The Prince keeps Paul calm, directing him like a living siege engine. Esdeath and the Elephant Seal go straight for resources. Esdeath grabs a short saber, 2 frost grenades, limited. Of course. The seal flops towards the edge, surprisingly quick downhill. Ross and Alcard don't grab much. Alcard takes a longsword. Ross takes nothing but stares at the heather like it's whispering his name. What is a heather?
I don't know.
I know it's...
Where are we going to read in the void?
No, we're in the Highlands.
Oh, yeah.
It's a type of plant. Oh, it's like lavender. It looks like lavender. Cool.
Yeah, you're right.
Spanish-speaking, Spanish-only alien and rat Delta don't fight in the open. Alien snatches a tiny handgun and a canteen that falls from the rat. As a drill arm, rodent scurries across into rubble cracks. At the Pentagon, they're just crawling through the vents the entire time.
Yeah,
The girl with the umbrellas beneath us, the rat looks.
He did say that like 3 different times. It was always her.
Silly. What did he say? La Nina. La Nina Paragas.
Yeah.
Parabas. La Nina Parabas, the girl with the umbrella. I clicked out of it by accident.
You
just keeps on fucking talking about that. Just fuck.
Yeah.
Girl with the umbrella's beneath us. She's over there now.
The rat says nothing.
Rat says nothing, just looks.
Yep.
Uh-oh. A brief bottleneck forms a narrow archway leading out of the broken keep. Pinnacle tries to pass first. The knight blocks with the poleaxe, not to kill. Oh, I guess the poleaxe and the arbalist people don't need weapons. That's why they weren't read out.
That makes sense.
The man image robot steps forward, gaze blank and simple. He pushes. Metal shoulders meet steel armors as a booming clang. The knight staggers, heavy boots scraping stone. The arbalist woman raises her weapon, but the crowd is too dense to shoot safely. The cowboy pulls the samurai back. Not our mess. Boba Fett, watch. I should have had them all speak their own languages.
Yeah. Then we wouldn't have been able to understand half of what they're saying.
Except for, I'm gonna have that be clarified next time.
Okay.
Alright, the Highland Hills punish the impatient. Ross Humboldt wanders into tall heather with Alcard following, irritated and alert. Stay close, Alcard says. You're not thinking clearly. Ross doesn't answer. His eyes are fixed on a patch of grass that reaches strangely high, like a living wall. Who is Ross Humboldt?
He's from In the Tall Grass, which is a Stephen King book about grass.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yep.
He immediately just walks into the grass. He steps in it. The grass tangles around his leg. He stumbles, laughing like he's heard the joke no one else can hear. Hooker grabs him by the collar and yanks hard. Ross nearly escapes, but Ross fights him instead. For a split second, Ross claws at Alcard's face. In a frenzy, Alcard loses footing on Sleek Pete. Ross falls backwards into the bog. He tries to stand, but his boots sink. He thrashes, each movement pulls him deeper. Tall grass at the bog's edge sways like it's watching. Alcard reaches out and stops. Ross' eyes meet him. The corrupted man looks peacefully for the first time. Alcard steps back, breathing hard, and leaves him to his fate.
Okay.
Calling him an idiot. That's a real thing. Bogs are known to just fucking kill people.
Yeah.
Like, that's why they are terrifying.
Yeah. I want to live there.
So eating food.
Right.
The first night is savage, freezing winds, sheet, and a distant wolf howl. Real quick, what's the werewolf movie that takes place in London? Was it Werewolf in London? That's it?
That sounds familiar. But I don't know. I haven't seen it.
In London, that's it. The American Werewolf in London.
Yeah. What about it?
That's how he learned about bogs. My dad was telling me, he's like, hey, those are bogs. Like, yeah? He's like, yeah. They're one of the most deadly things in basically Europe, because they look like normal grass, but you step in and you just sink as the cold shit.
It's scary.
So because you can normally you can tell what's quicksand and everything because it the way it looks and it's quality, but bogs just look like normal grass.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Jeva and Poe sheltered beneath a collapsed stone wall by a creek. Poe rotates lines at a steady to mine. Sheva sets tripwires. Boba and Grimmer camp near standing stone circle. Boba checks his fuel. Grimmer gathers firewood. Who's Grimmer?
He's from Monster. It's a manga.
Samurai and cowboy take a ruined shepherd's hut on a ridge. Good sightlines, bad warmth. Viking camp in a druid pine. The druid tries a faint fog, right, to hide their firelight. The nine arbalist women remain near the keep, using broken masonry as their cover. Bondru and Robin plant caltrops near the narrow pass, then retreat to ditch-lined field. Pinnacle and Robot stand watch on a slope overlooking the loch. No fire, no talking. Prince and Paul Bunyan build the Spanish Prince and Paul Bunyan build a rough lean-to and share rations. Where's the rat? Alcard, or as that's an elephant seal camped near Loch Shore. The seal growls at the waves as it stares at the water, planning. Alcard prowls the tall grass. That's not a good idea.
Yeah. The bog consumes.
Kirby and Freddy squat in a hollow between stones. Late in the night, Freddy slips away from Kirby and moves towards the nearest light samurai and cowboy's hut. He cannot warp reality here, only frightened. He scratches his claws against the huts slowly, like fingernails on slate. The cowboy jolts awake, breath ragged. The samurai sits up instantly on hands like katana. Freddy whispers to the cracks, "You can't sleep forever," and then leaves.
Okay. Just
Just terrorizing. He is trolling. We do a little bit of trolling. The morning comes. What? Gray and sharp, the arena's safe zone suddenly nudges everyone towards the loch. The stones circle ridges and a central heather valley. Bondru and Robin watch narrow pass as they lay caltrops. Spanish-speaking alien and rat move quietly, trying to cross the path that reaches the loch. Rat Delta scurries ahead, her alarm whirring softly. The alien falls, speaking hurried Spanish, nervous.
Nervous.
Okay. It doesn't say what the... I know that... I should have had it say you can only speak Spanish. And it don't translate what it says.
Oh, yeah.
I should have specified that, but it's too late now. The boot lands with a crunch. The alien stumbles with a sharp cry in Spanish, like pain exploding up the leg. Oops, I fastened.
Huh?
The rat is light enough to avoid cow traps when walking towards the loch. The alien isn't. A boot lands, crunch. The alien stumbles with a sharp cry, swearing in Spanish. Pain exploding up his leg. A handgun jerks upward. Robin steps out first, pistol raised. "Don't move!" The alien answers in Spanish, bleeding, waving one hand while bleeding from the foot. Bondru emerges behind Robin and calms the surgeon. "Legend barriers," he says. "How unfortunate." Rat Delta tries to intervene. Tiny body launching forward, triple arm revving. Robin yelps in fear and backs up. Bondru flicks a small smoke bomb on the ground. The pass fills with choking haze. Inside the smoke, the alien fires violently, shops snapping off stone. Bondru waits for the sound, then moves with brutal efficiency. A sharp blade slices the alien's ribs, twists and withdraws. The alien collapses, still whispering Spanish words that never reach anyone who understands them. I wanted the Spanish
Poor
prince
guy.
just be like, "Oh, I get it."
Oh, yeah, true, they could have met up.
Just fucking start talking.
Yeah. Damn.
The rat skids across the stone drill, sparking. Robin White-Eyed finishes it. One clean shot aimed at the rat's body, stopping it before it can charge.
Shit.
He dies.
Yeah.
Robin's hands shake. "I didn't mean to." Bondru places a gloved hand on her shoulder. "You did what was necessary. Kill a rat?"
It was necessary. He had a drill arm.
Drill arm. He's coming right for me. Seal flops across, grunting. It hates being vulnerable. But on the opposite side of the shore, Viking and Druid are collecting water. Viking raises his axe. "Big thing." Druid eyes narrow. "Not natural." But, I mean, I guess he's never seen it before since he's from the Highlands. The Druid and the Viking are the only two that I think are supposed to be here. The Viking.
Probably.
As Death steps forward with a cold smile, move. The Viking doesn't. The elfin seal charges fast on wet ground, slamming into the Viking and knocking him into the shallows. The Viking fights, hacking at the seal's side with his axe. He draws blood. That would kill it. Just one good hit.
Yeah.
The druid tries the root snare. Thin reeds and wet grass tingle around the seal's flippers, slowing it. As Death exhales, a short frost burst coats the reeds with ice, snapping them brittle. The effort makes her stagger. She's not limitless here. The Viking reaches, drenched, and swings at Death. She blocks with her saber, barely, arms shaking from the cold burst. The Viking swings again. The elfin seal lunges and bites down the Viking's thigh, yanking him off balance. He hits the shallow water hard. The druid rushes to help, staff raised. As Death throws a frost grenade at the waterline, it detonates, freezing the ice sheet, not killing outright, just freezing. The Viking's soaked clothing turns stiff. His breath stops his throat. He tries to crawl, hands numb some legs, but the hypothermia finishes the job.
Damn.
The druid retreats into the heather, swearing vengeance. As night falls, the sky clears briefly, the aurora flickering green over the hills, then arena cannons boom, announcing the dead. The stone hollow Kirby stares up wide-eyed at the sound. Freddy rests a claw on Kirby's shoulder, comforting like a friend. See you at Freddy Vespers? It's beautiful. Kirby backs away, uncomfortable but quiet. What was I thinking?
Death.
Oh no, I want to look up Celtic Druid. No, that's not what I guess it's close enough. There's like stories of druid, like Celtic druids in particular, that are like popular, and chivalry kind of takes on the more violent versions of the stories, because like there's stories of druids where like that's like part of like old like Scottish lore, where like Celtic, they had like druid, like they had clans and stuff, and they would have like a druid as their priest. And like I said, chivalry does have like the druids in it, but it'd be like war priests basically. They would like bless people and they'd be like, oh, they shout something.
Yeah.
And they're also like healers and everything, but it was just they're part of their culture, man.
I don't remember seeing this shit ever.
What?
The druids and chivalry. Why don't I remember them?
What do you mean? You didn't? Oh, you never played enough. It's on a certain map that's
Yeah, like the Stonehenge.
Yeah, the Stonehenge map, Aberfell.
Yeah, I never played on.
It's at the very end.
I see. Interesting.
But yeah, chivalry just took the more like violent approach, where there's like these more like accursed people. Here, hold on, let me see if I can't find one. Yeah, there's a druid with a boar head, I think a goat head, and a fucking eagle head. Yeah, there is. Each one has their own voice lines too, which I find funny, depending on what head you choose.
One of them was voiced by Troy Baker.
Are you serious?
No. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, they go like do da. They fucking do. And you have to protect them because it's weird, the fucking lore behind all the things, but one moment. But I think the lore is very stupid with Aberfell. They just made it because it's like one of the more stunning maps. They just want to make a beautiful looking map, more or less. So they just made a map with that, and the lore is kind of second with it because what it was Malric grew up at Aberfell, and there's these massive like Stonehenges, and the Masons kind of like, oh, that means it's strength and all this stuff because it's rock, the masonry. So they like, oh, it means our strength and our power and all it's and everything that. And so the Gathians fight from the shoreline all the way up the mountain or into the highlands. And the Gathians start just stealing peasants and like pigs. And then they destroy one of the scouting towers. Then they take the hamlet, which a hamlet is just kind of like, a small like market village thing. Yeah. Nothing really cool. Then they go up the highlands and starts toppling stones. And Mark's like... what the fuck does he say? He says, don't let them keep toppling those stones. There are a few left. He doesn't even know what the fuck they're for or what they do. Not Malric, but the Mason commander. Yeah. And then at the end, when the Gathians finally fight up the hill, he says, protect the Druid warlords. He doesn't say as if like, oh, defend them with your very lives or anything like that, with like with the VIP, with Malric's son or anything like that. But he's like, keep them alive. And when half of them are dead, he says, half the Druidic warlords are falling. Keep them alive. He still doesn't know what the fuck they do. He just knows they're like, oh, they're warlords. And then if they do die, he's just like, let them have their symbolic victory. We have other pig farms. It was just strictly out of just sheer like morale. This place was existing. It was nothing else.
Damn.
It was just more of like based on culture stuff. And if he wins, he's like, those Papas Gathians were no match for Druidic warlords. Which again, I think it was just and I know Declan said like that was a real thing that happened in like medieval warfare, like especially old medieval warfare, like everything, where there'd just be this like important location that culturally, but had no strategic or economic value. And when it got taken over, like the kings of that region would just be like, fuck it, I don't even care. Yeah. Like, it's not even that important.
It's funny.
Regardless. Samurai Jack. The Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan skirt the ridge. What the heck? Speaking of standing stones, at the dawn of day 3, ancient stones, standing stones circled across the highlands are weakened. The winds hum through the ruins, sound bends, distance lies. Vertigo, minor electromagnetic interference. The druid can sense the hum, but cannot control it. Ah, my arm. The Prince of Spain skirt a ridge above the stone circle. The prince studies Paul with calm instructions, choosing not to enter the stones. He remembers, Maten et la cama, no cruces las prioras. Paul nods, not understanding, gripping his axe, but moving on. The knight attempts to claim a stone circle for elevation. The knight's armor rings like a bell with each step. The hum swells, the arbalist woman winces. They'll hear us. The bolt slips from her gloves. Clatters too loud. They withdraw to sign the distance. Distance is better than height. Bondrew studies the stones with fascination. His instruments flicker. Interference, Robin whispers. Bondrew smiles through his mask. Every system has a tolerance. Who's Bondrew? They relocate to a ditch in Linefield. Is it the fucking... is it the father? The dude with all of his kids?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know why. Immediately I saw the name and I thought, yeah, I think that's him based on... he sounds familiar.
Yeah. Good shit.
Good. The warlock looking motherfucker.
Yeah.
As Death and Elfin seals test the stones, bad idea. The seal bellows as the hum rattles its skull. As this tries a thin ice patch to stabilize footing, the resonance fractures it instantly. The druid alone feels the resonance sing. He closes his eyes, listens, and avoids the circles, using the hum to predict movement. He tracks Alucard, who prowls on tall grass near the stone ring. He's just still like Assassin creating this shit. Boba Fett and Wolfgang Grimmer. Boba Fett tries to test his jetpacks. The stone distort the thrust, and he lands hard and annoyed. Grimmer places his hand on Boba's arm. We walk. They move on foot. Kirby and Freddy Krueger. Kirby bounces off a small circle and immediately stumbles. Dizzy, Freddy laughs. That rock doesn't like you. Kirby retreats confused. Ava's calling me.
Okay.
Wow. Anyways.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Near the half-burned ring, Alucard senses pursuit. The druid snaps a root snare at Alucard's ankle. Alucard tears free, blade flashing. They clash in knee-high grass, fast and brutal. The resonance spikes. Sounds warps. Each hears the other behind them. Alucard slashes the wrong way. The druid steps in and drives a ritual blade underneath Alucard's ribs. Alucard counters with deep cuts across the druid's shoulder. Blah. Both stagger. The druid's bleeding, whispers a final prayer, and pushes Alucard backwards straight into the circle's center. The hums peak. Alucard rears, disoriented. The druid strikes once more, clean and desperate. Alucard farts.
Fart.
Alucard farts, breath rasping, wounds finally too much to heal. He dies.
Yeah.
Oh. That honestly makes sense, because, Also, I think the druid has a staff. So wooden stick to beat the vampire to death.
Yeah.
The samurai cowboy approach a bridge, thinking they hear campfire. Campfire voices nearby. They're wrong. The voices belong. Then they're right. The voices belong to Asdeth and Elfin Seals. 2 bridges away. The samurai pulls them back. Sounds lie here. They change course, which is a good idea.
True.
He's the fastest gun in the West. Versus Asdeth.
And elephants, yeah.
Terrifying.
Truly.
Sheva Poe's set listening post by a creek. Poe marks patterns in the hum. Sounds reflect here, Poe whispers like a rhyme. Sheva nods. They avoid stones entirely. The robot stutters near a circle. Circle's whining. Pinnacle drags it by the shoulder. Out now. A brief short circuit spark at the robot's knee. It recovers, but slower. Freddy stalks the edge of Kirby's sleep, whispering fear, but the stones magnify the fear back at Freddy, echoing his own voice to him from every angle. For the first time, Freddy hesitates. Kirby wakes up wide-eyed, clutching his shield. Nothing happens, but Freddy's unsettled. Just tries to terrorize his colleague.
Yeah, for no reason.
Bondred lures Pinnacle and Robot towards a stone-adjacent ditch. He triggers a device meant to stun. The resonance amplifies it unpredictably. The blaster reloads the robot's joints. Joins the man. The Pinnacle, or the robot, seizes up, locks up, and collapses. The Pinnacle of Creation tries to pull it free, but the hum draws attention. The Knight and Arbalist appear on the ridge. A single Arbalist bolt fires true, punches through the robot's exposed chest while it's immobilized. The robot spasms once, and then goes stills. Bondry retreats with Robin, annoyed and rather shaken. The Pinnacle of Creation directs the robot's weight, then lets it go. He leaves it behind. You know what Arbalest is, right?
No.
It's like a crossbow that uses a crank system, so it's like 10 times stronger, but also it takes like 3 times
Oh, are
longer
they
to
like the
reload.
fat crossbows?
Yeah.
Got it.
The resonance weakens, stones go quiet, sounds returns to normal. Campfire lay closer than anyone thought. Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan. They hear cannons and keep moving. The prince whispers, Sigros de Nertos. Paul nods. Whatever, he agrees. Whatever
Yeah.
that is. Fred corners Poe near low wall trying to... I have a good map idea next time.
What?
Tower of Babylon.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
Humanity tried to reach God by building a tower, and God's response is sending them each to their own regions and making them all speak different languages.
I see. Big tower.
Yeah, but everyone speaks a different language.
Yeah.
Without resonance, his whispers are weaker. Poe stands his ground, eyes cold. Or Freddy corners Poe near a low wall, trying to exploit his lingering fear. But without resonance, his whispers are weaker. Poe stands his ground, eyes cold. Sheva fires once, clean and precise. Freddy staggers, claws scraping the stone. Kirby rushes forward, too late. Freddy collapses, laughing and dying into a cough. Tries to terrorize the person who made the scariest poems ever.
Yeah.
Did we do all Dead by Daylight killers before yet?
Mm-hmm.
I see. Do I do that again?
Yeah, maybe.
Of course. Oh. The Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan. They move steadily through Shallow Valley, avoiding high ground. The prince studies tracks and murmurs El Terreno Dominante. Paul adjusts his grip with an axe. He trusts the prince completely. The pinnacle creation moves alone now. Faster without the robot. He observes everyone from a distance, cataloging weaknesses. The knight is slow on slopes, as death breath fogs when she's overused on ice. Deterred them slightly. Kirby is cautious, frightened, but adaptable. He waits. The knight and the woman, they fortify a ruined croft wall. Arbalest counts bullets too few. The knight removes his helmet briefly. His face is pale, scarred, and tired. We hold this ground, he says. No chasing, she nods. Bondru and Robin. Robin scouts ahead while Bondru rigs a peat slide trap near the slope. Robin whispers, someone's coming. Bondru doesn't even look up. Everyone's coming eventually. Does my voice sound weird?
Not to me.
Okay, because when I'm talking, I hear like a slight like rasp behind my like throat. I could feel it, so I'm wondering if it's like going out as well.
Nah.
The samurai and cowboy crest a ridge and see smoke below. Too neat to be an accidental. The cowboy squints. That's bait. Samurai agrees. We circle it then. As this, what?
What?
Must have missed something. Crossing the marshy ground. This is in chapter 2. Crossing the marshy ground near a circle, the elfin seal panics as the hum crescendos again. It bolts downhill straight into a bog. As this tries to freeze its path, too exhausted, the ice shatters. The seal's bellows sinking fast as this reaches out, but it stops. She watches jaws clench as the massive body disappears in the bog below.
Okay.
Okay, so it says as death alone. I was like, when did the fucking thing die?
Yeah.
The bog
Damn.
takes another.
Curse you, bog.
Kirby rummages through a fallen pack, finding a rope and a light helmet. He tests the helmet. It makes him feel safer. Boba and Wolfgang, they advance along the stone fence line. Grimmer speaks quietly. People are afraid now. That makes them sloppy. Boba nods. The druid senses as death too late. The robot roots burst on the ground, snaring as death's boots. She exhales sharply. A controlled frost sheet spreads across the roots, freezing and cackling them. The effort drains her. The druid lunges, ritual blade flashing as death pivots, slashing once, a shallow cut. The druid raises hands, chanting, trying to force the ground. Again, as it throws her last frost grenade, it detonates at their feet. Non-explosive, flash freeze. The druid's soaked clothing stiffens instantly. He stumbles, caught out of breath. Got petrified. As Death steps forward and ends it with a single thrust. She stands shaking afterwards, nearly collapsing on herself. Bondrew's trap is triggered. Kirby, curious and cautious, steps onto the slope. The peak gives way. Kirby tumbles, rolling into sticky mud. Bondrew and Robin emerge. Kirby struggles, sinking slowly. Robin hesitates. He's small. Bondrew steps forward, calm. Small things still kill. Kirby inhales sharply. His body firm, muscles bulking slightly as he mimics raw endurance from the environment. He lunges out of the peat, surprising them both. Robin fires but misses. Kirby tackles her, knocking her aside. Bondrew pulls a blade. Kirby swings the rope like a flail, cracking Bondrew's mask. Bondrew stumbles back into the peat's edge. The ground collapses again. The Bondrew sinks fast, weighted by his gear. Robin grabs his arm. Bondrew looks up at her, voice gentle. Let go. She does. The peat eats him.
Damn.
The bog takes another.
Yeah.
A rope does not work like a flail. That's total bullshit.
True. Yeah.
You got plot armored. Robin wanders away in grief and fear. She doesn't see Boba Fett until it's too late. Boba drops her from a rock face, rifle trained, hands up. Robin freezes. Grimmer approaches slowly, voice calm. You don't want to die tonight. Robin shakes her head, crying. Grimmer sighs. Boba fires anyways.
Okay.
Shimon and Poe enter from the east, Samurai and Cowboy from the south. Nine arbalists and women already hold the walls. The cross fight. No one wants to back down. Arbalest fires first. A bolt slams to the cowboy's shoulder, spinning him around. The samurai drags him behind a stone trough. Cheba fires back, pinning the arbalest woman behind a rubble. The knight charges. Duo rings. The knight's poleaxe has reach. The samurai has speed. The samurai slices the knight's thigh joint. The knight counters with a crushing blow that dents armor and ribs. They circle, bleeding. Poe flanks slightly. The arbalest woman reloads too slowly. Poe lunges, knife deep. She gasps, dropping the arbalest. Sheva finishes it with a single shot. The knight roars and charges the samurai, but the cowboy, wounded, fires from the ground. The shot hits the knight's neck gap. The knight stumbles, bleeding out. The samurai steps and delivers the final cut. That's badass.
Yeah. Shout out to the cowboy.
The cowboy bleeds badly. Sheva and Poe retreat, but not fast enough. Boba Fett and Grimmer track the gunfire. They intercept the samurai and cowboy near a dry steam bed. Boba opens fire. The samurai deflects one bolt, but the cowboy can't move fast enough. The Grimmer steps forward as the cowboy collapses. Samurai tries to charge. Boba's wrist cable snaps out, yanking the katana from his hand. The blaster shot afterwards ends it. Cowboy and samurai are dead.
Yeah.
Where's Ada Young?
Where's Ada Wong?
That's it. I'm asking ChatGPT some questions. What's your favorite color? Green.
Green. Purple.
Green. There's 36 killers?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. Ah, wrong thing. Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan. They followed the ridge spine, avoiding silhouettes against the sky. The prince murmurs, Ecos es adonos los eros mata. Paul nods and keeps low despite his size, axe resting across his shoulders like a bridge beam. They are careful. Pinnacle creation watches everyone. He's learned their patterns. Boba Fett strikes clean and fast. Sheva favors angles and patience. As Death is running on fumes. Kirby survives on instinct, not aggression. Chooses not to strike yet again. As this washes the blood from her arms in the lock clenched. Her ice is weaker now. Each use hurts. She sees me up the hill, Kirby waddling cautiously, helmet askew. Terrifying. The patrol. Wolfgang and Boba Fett patrol along the fence line near sheep pens. Gorn pauses. There's someone crying. Boba listens and frowns. It's Kirby. Sheva and Poe move through the ravine, rifles up. Poe studies the slope. This place funnels people. Sheva nods. Then we hold it. As Death intercepts Kirby on a narrow slope, well, she says coolly, you last longer than I expected. Kirby looks up confused, then determined. At this, snaps her fingers. A thin ice slick spreads downhill. Kirby slides, barely keeping balance. He inhales sharply. Bold, body hardening, slightly temporary traction, mimicking the grit and friction. He charges. As Death slashes, Kirby bounces back, stunned but not broken. She tries another frostburn. Nothing. Her breath fogs. Her knees shake. Kirby headbutts her square in the breast. She stumbles, shocked. Kirby swings his shield hard as this falls, hitting her head on stone. She tries to rise, but she can't because Kirby hesitates, then presses forward, bashing her head with the shield till she stops moving.
Damn.
The ravine becomes a killing ground. Boba fires from above. Sheva returns from fire from cover. Poe flanks silently. Grimmer steps into view, hands open. You don't have to die today, he calls. Put your weapons down. Sheva doesn't answer. Poe lunges from behind Grimmer, knife flashing. Grimmer spins around with sudden violence, grabbing Poe's wrist and slamming him into a rock wall. Sheva fires in response. Grimmer takes the hit, staggers but doesn't fall. Boba drops down, jetpack sputtering, landing hard. Poe tries to crawl away, but Boba finishes him off. Sheva retreats deeper into the ravine, wounded but fighting. Boba advances carefully. Grimmer calls out, sustained, strained, bleeding. Sheva, run! Sheva turns too slow. Blaster bolt. Who is Grimmer good or bad?
He's good.
Where's he from again?
Monster.
No, he's like a morally good person who actually wants good things to happen.
Like, randomly like snaps and goes crazy.
I see. Grimmer looks away from Sheva's death, fists clenched. Grimmer injured and alone, limps along the ridge. Pinnacle steps out of the fog like a verdict. You should rest, the Pinnacle creation says. Grimmer smiles weakly. I don't rest. They clash. Grimmer fights like a cornered animal, wild and furious. Pinnacle is faster. A precise strike to the throat, another to the ribs. Grimmer collapses, gasping. The Pinnacle kneels beside him. You were brave. Grimmer laughs softly once, then he's still. Boba Fett is now alone. Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan cross paths with Boba Fett at the sheep pens. Boba fires first. Paul Bunyan takes the hit in the shoulders, but keeps coming. Prince shouts, Aurora, Pablo. What does Aurora mean? Now.
Yeah.
Now, Pablo.
Now.
Ahura. Paul hurls his axe, not to kill, but to force movement. Boba Fett jets sideways, feels sputtering. The prince advances with a fallen spear, calm and precise. Boba fires again and misses. Paul slams Boba Fett into a fence post. Boba stuns Paul with a wrist shock and breaks free, rolling downhill. Smoke chaos, everyone disengages. this. Check this out.
Checkmate.
So I already had ChatGPT make like a roster for the fucking killers.
Mm-hmm.
The Trapper, the Wraith, Hillbilly, the Nurse, the Hag, the Plague, Dr. Clown, Cannibal, Pig, the Nightmare, and Onryo. That makes sense. Huntress and the Spirit, or Huntress and the Oni. Spirit and the Executioner. Legion and the Twins, the Knight and Skull Merchant, Demogorgon, not Demogorgon, and the Dredge, the Blight and Singularity. Deathslinger and Trickster, Artist and Unknown. Nemesis and Mastermind, that's a terrible combination.
Yeah.
Cenobite and the Dark Lord, that's also kind of a combination. Xenomorph and Chucky, the Vecna and Ghostface.
Alright. I like it.
It's
Where's Springtrap?
Dang, that's Springtrap. Oh yeah, he's not here.
Yeah. I think the last like 4 or 5 aren't. Or the last 4.
Who's the last 4 killers?
The Houndmaster, Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, Springtrap, and the Crossroom. The Floating Head.
I'm gonna add Whataburger. What about Springtrap and I don't want some of those people. I want the Houndmaster. I don't want someone else. I like Springtrap. That's what. I could just add it on later.
Okay.
Make it a PDF. For no reason.
Yeah.
The final convergence to land funnels inwards. There's no more running. There's nowhere to run. The Prince of Spain and Paul Bunyan, they take the high ridge overlooking the Loch. Paul's shoulder is bound. He's still massive, still dangerous. The Prince scans the terrain and murmurs, Despacito. Uh-oh. The pinnacle approaches from the stone circle. Posture relaxed, eyes sharp. He understands something the others don't. Strength doesn't matter. It's only timing. Boba Fett circles low near the near the launch edge, conserving fuel. Blaster charge. Rockets gone. Wrist cable still intact. Kirby sits near a broken standing stone. Besides him, shield beside him. He's tired, but he's still alive. The Pinnacle Creation moves first. He doesn't rush. He appears behind Boba as the bounty hunter scans the ridge. Boba spins, firing. The Pinnacle Creation takes the hit in one shoulder and keeps moving. He grabs the wrist cable mid-launch and yanks Boba forward. Oh my god. They clash near the Loch stones. Boba fires at point blank. The Pinnacle deflects the barrel and takes a shot through the side and keeps coming. A knee to the chest. Boba stumbles, stunned. He tries to jet away. The fuel sputters. He's empty. The Pinnacle steps in and delivers a clean, controlled blow to the throat. Boba drops beside the Loch, armored clattering against stone. That ripples once, then still. Boba's dead. Yeah. Paul Bunyan roars, charging grief and fury driving him. The Pinnacle braces. Paul and axes slam down. Paul's axe slams down. The pickle rolls, barely avoiding being split in half. Paul swings again. The ground cracks. The pickle strikes back with precision, targeting joints, tendons, and ribs. Paul bleeds, but it keeps coming. Paul lands a massive blow that sends the pinnacle skidding across stone. The pinnacle of creation rises slowly, damaged, breathing hard. Paul raises the axe again. The pinnacle throws a small stone, and it hits Paul's wounded shoulder. Paul's grips falters for half a second. That's enough. The pickle closes the distance and drives the blade to Paul's side deep. Paul staggers, drops one knee. He looks back at the Spanish prince, then falls.
Why didn't he help him?
The prince steps forward, weapon shaking in his hand. He says nothing in English. No termina equi. The pinnacle tilts his head. You're brave, he says, but you're not. But you're human. Before the pinnacle can advance, a pink blur slams him from the side. Kirby clashes into the pinnacle of creation, knocking him off balance. The pinnacle recovers fast, landing a hard kick that sends Kirby rolling. Kirby bounces back up, shield raised. The pinnacle lunges. Kirby blocks. The impact rattles him badly. Kirby inhales, body firming up back again. Not power, but resilience. He charges low, slamming the shield at the pinnacle stees. The pinnacle snuggles. Kirby jumps, headbutt to the chest. Pinnacle falls backwards into a stone circle. Ancient stones hum faintly. One last echo. The pinnacle tries to rise. Kirby doesn't hesitate this time. He brings the shield down again and again till the pinnacle stops moving. The shield bashing people to death.
Yeah.
No curo estos, says the Spanish prince. Kirby tilts his head. They understand each other perfectly. The arena contracts to a single ring of stone above the lodge. There's no traps left, nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. The horn sounds once. Kirby waddles forward. The prince raises his spear, hands trembling, not with fear, but with grief. Kirby charges. The prince thrusts. Kirby takes the hit in the shoulder, cries out, but keeps moving. He tackles the prince, knocking him to the ground. The spear skitters away. The prince tries to rise. Kirby presses down on him gently but firmly. The prince whispers something in Spanish, but it's not understood.
Yeah.
Kirby hesitates, then holds on. The struggle fades. The hills go quiet. Victor is Kirby. He strangles someone to death.
Yeah. Hardcore.
Badass.